In 1984 California, leaving a window open at night to catch a breeze was ordinary practice, a simple, safe way to handle the heat. This ubiquitous habit unknowingly became an open invitation for a predator waiting in the dark. Beginning that year, a series of nighttime attacks spread across the greater Los Angeles area, targeting victims in their sleep. The true horror lived in the subversion of safety, a threat that slipped quietly into the presumed sanctuary of the home. Standard criminal profiling relies on consistency. Serial offenders usually reveal a predictable type, targeting a specific age, gender, or socioeconomic group. Investigators realized with growing dread that this intruder possessed no discernible pattern at all. The victims were men and women, the young and the elderly, living in modest suburban homes and comfortable estates alike. Without a specific demographic or neighborhood to warn, the group the police had to protect was everyone. The total absence of predictable behavior left detectives working in a complete investigative void. The only chilling consistency across these scenes was the method. The intruder entered through unlocked windows and doors, striking while his victims slept. Detectives also began finding occult symbols, specifically pentagrams, left deliberately behind at the scenes. Survivors provided accounts that corroborated this theme, noting that the intruder invoked Satan during the attacks. The press seized on these details, and the resulting media coverage amplified the terror across the region. The occult signature recast these crimes as a deliberate, malevolent siege against the city. Because the police had no name or reliable face, the media stepped in to give the fear a shape, following a cluster of attacks in March 1985. Early monikers coined by reporters included the Valley Intruder and the Walk-In Killer. But the name that defined the summer of 1985 was the Night Stalker. During a sweltering heat wave, millions of Californians refused to open their windows. They bolted doors, bought guns and dogs, and slept in shifts. A single, unidentified threat had forced an entire population to fundamentally alter their lives, effectively imprisoning them in their own homes. Even with the region on high alert, the attacks continued to escalate through the summer. The violence expanded northward, eventually reaching the San Francisco Bay Area. By the time the spree ended, at least 13 murders were tied to the Night Stalker. This was alongside dozens of sexual assaults and burglaries across two major metropolitan regions. The sheer volume and spread of the crimes showed that traditional containment strategies were failing. A massive region remained locked down against a man with no name, pattern, or face. Police task forces were hampered by their inability to find a pattern. They were chasing a killer who seemingly chose his victims at random. Traditional investigative avenues, witness statements, and psychological profiles had proven to be complete dead ends. The eventual break in the case would bypass human intuition entirely. In the end, the terror would only be stopped by a machine that had been switched on just months before.